What's going on, guys? It's Noah here with Custom RC Mods. Welcome back to a new video. In today's episode, we've got the FT Mustang here out at the park. It's a pretty powerful warbird, and as you can see, speaking of power, we've got a 4S battery right up here in the nose, just fit barely in the battery compartment. So I'm over here on this side of the field today because we got some dog training or fun, I don't know, dog park action over there. So we're gonna be flying this today and hopefully staying out of the way of everybody. Hopefully we'll bring this back down in one piece. As you probably heard in the intro, there is a good amount of wind coming from my back. So hopefully that'll either add speed or just make this plane a little bit more challenging to fly. But this grass is pretty wet, so hopefully we can find a dry place to set it down. But these are all unanswered questions, and we're about to answer them and throw this thing up in the air. So let's go ahead and do a little control surface testing. First off, throttle. Crazy power, 10x7 prop. This is the same Turnigy D28 36-8 that I used on the Bloody Baron with 4S. Then we got our ailerons, of course, elevator, and finally the rudder. We're all good to go. Let's go ahead, chuck it up and see what happens. Yeah, flies kind of nose heavy, that's for sure, but that's to be expected when you have one extra cell. Holy cow. I'm like literally at a quarter throttle just chilling. We need to get some altitude before we do anything crazy. Full speed pass. Crazy. Crazy power. Just chilling out at like a quarter throttle like I was saying while I go upwind. Yeah, I'd rather not break this plane, of course. And if you guys know about the FT Mustang, it does have a rather weak spar because there's no single spar all the way throughout the plane. It's individual wing spars, so it can still fold pretty easily. It just has the strength for each wing half. But the center section is pretty weak. So yeah, I haven't even thought about trimming out this plane. We're just trying to get comfortable doing some little passes around. Hopefully the sun's not in your face too much. I'm wearing sunglasses, thankfully, though. I mean, it is flying respectively, especially even in this wind. That's good. Trying to keep our left counterclockwise pattern around me going. Try not to be too crazy about this plane. It's just, it is a pretty fast bird, of course, as you might expect. Literally just cruising upwind at like quarter throttle. That is really saying something about this airplane. Definitely got probably, I would venture a guess of like 70 or 80 in this plane, especially going downwind. But I don't have a radar or any means of tracking that, and not about to put my phone on there. But hey, it's flying really well. I'm not expecting any thermal issues because it is about 40 degrees outside today, as well as it's just a little bit of a beefier setup in general compared to the 4S Aero. I actually blew a Sunny Sky motor on the 4S Aero, running that really hard on 4S on a pretty warm day. So this one, like I said, does have the same exact power setup as the Bloody Baron, which I run 4S on consistently. So yeah, I'm really excited about this plane because it's not really going to have any issues with 4S. As I've assumed. It does actually even have a beefier setup than the Baron does. Has a 40 amp ESC from ZTW rather than a 30 amp. And the 30 amp hailed with 4S fine, so not really concerned in any way about this plane. And I'm just trying to get her trimmed out so we don't have many issues. This is like an 8 throttle, just trying to get it. I have a little bit of a tendency in this plane I don't like, and it's keeping me from doing major high-speed passes. I actually just redid one of my ailerons because it came apart on one of the last flights I did with this plane. So still working on getting it trimmed out. Might have to do some sub trimming on it. Let's just do a high-speed pass. There we go. Yeah, it is a very touchy plane, surprisingly. I need to dial back the race before we do too much on 4S. But other than that, it feels nice. And it is a very smooth airplane just in general, but 10x7 prop on 4-cell. I'm gonna have to see how this motor feels when we land this plane. Easy aileron rolls from this airframe, nothing. Nice and fast, but still very much on rails. Just trying to keep it over the park and over me, rather than over the dog people over there and over anybody around the perimeter bike path of this park. Ooh. Get some nice coordinated turning in. That's one thing. As you get better and better at flying and you have the option for rudders, you gotta do some more coordinated turning. Really will make this thing fly a lot more scale and just a lot smoother in general. But yeah, it's a very chill plane to fly at like quarter throttle, and then you speed it up and it's got everything. Thankfully this plane has very little in the negative tendencies department for flight characteristics. So it does handle stalls really well, meaning that you can fly it pretty slow, which is nice. No complaints from me. This definitely is plenty on 3S, so 4S is a little bit overkill, especially for the Mustang scale aspect of it, but has plenty of speed in my opinion on 3S too. So looks like we are running out of juice, so I'm gonna go ahead and put her in for a landing right here. Just gonna hold a little bit of power, keep my glide slope long, just like that, and pull up, and there you go. Not too much to it. One thing is that this doesn't really skid that well, of course, with that bottom scoop. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's the FT Mustang that you just saw do 4S. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.